Hey everyone, I'm going to do a quick walk around the garden so you can see where I'm up to. Not much has changed, I don't think. Done a few jobs, planted a few bits out, so I'll have a quick look around, you know what's growing in the garden. Turn the camera around. So I'll start off with King Eddie spuds I planted, I can't remember now, weeks ago. They're up now, bar two of them, which I found the cats have been coming over and planting a turd in them, so I've been clearing that out. Just got some of this Romanesca and just planted these here because they don't like real hot sunshine, so it gets a little bit of sun here but not loads, so I'll probably put some more lettuce down here, slug pellets out as well, because not any rains as yet. You can guarantee they'll be out when the rains come. That's the ugly parsnip challenge. They're all thriving and loving it. Garlic's looking a bit sick, but it's been like cold, frost and everything. Hope you can hear me alright, wind's getting up. In this net here, it's just some like greens that I had left from the allotment, so I thought I'll whack them under here. Tortoise will eat them. Pull the corner of this net up. Under here, some cauliflower that was left over from the plot, and some broccoli. I'll just pop the under the net. It's all planted there. I've got 8 cauli, 4 broccoli. I'll put my leeks out here in the pot because I'm just going to harden them off for a few days out here and then they can be planted out if the weather doesn't go horrible again. They're supposedly Kelsey onions, depends what they are. I don't know. They say they were eBay seeds, so I've no idea. Taking nothing but a battering, but you know, some of them are quite chunky, so just see how it goes. I'm not going to go all out on these this year, see what happens. I'm actually considering that I'll plant some lettuce in between just to use the space up. This here is called Monsieur. I added some plants to that, so I've put them here. Carrots, most are up now. There's a few hit and miss ones, so I'll give them a couple more days and then I'll just fill in with seeds where they're missing. Parsnips in the toilet roll tubes, they'd actually hit the bottom of the toilet roll tubes, so they might be a bit wonky, these ones, but never mind. I have to be careful because I did manure this ground, so I'm not expecting anything super fine. So there's a row of them, and then I've sown another row of, you can see, another row of seeds. Most are up, I think 3 at the end. Like I say, I'll give them a few more days and I can just fill in where I need to. Dandelion there. Pop that off for it, shed some seeds, because I know someone will have that. Right. What else we got here now? I think I'll set up the top end of the garden. I'll show you in here. This is just some mixed lettuce, you know, if they come again. Just leftover onions and mesobrine shallots. Down there some more little beetroots and more shallots. These are the Charlotte potatoes that were grown from a tiny potato with one chit on it. So no idea how they'll do. Big onion, I'll put it in a bigger pot now. That flower spike failed. It's got another one coming up. See what happens. Right, we'll move on down here. All these sweet candle, they've all fired. So I'll probably give them a few more days and then I'll nip them down to 1 per station. Just started building the compost pile, just adding to it a bit at a time. You know, it's, oh, you can see it's cooking at the moment at just over 50 degrees, so it's just like garden waste, well, kitchen waste and tortoise bedding and that. These are the big uns, I think they're some Valerie or something like that they're called. You know, also red intermediate, but I couldn't get hold of any red intermediate seeds, so St Valerie's are supposed to be pretty much similar. So they've all fired. A couple of them are really tiny, so I'll keep my eye on these. We're in a polytunnel and have a look. What's going on here? Oh, these are just some sunflowers that get about, I don't know, a couple of foot tall, multi-head one. Can't remember the name of them. Whoa, I think they're called. Sunflower Whoa, I think they're called. That's the name, I think. Peppers. I'm going to be putting these on shortly, so they'll be added to this video in a bit. Tomatoes. These are getting desperate to get potted on now. They're getting, I don't know, they're over a foot tall anyway, about probably 16-inch tall now. I've been trying to nip the suckers off because they're sending suckers out already. You know, they're actually starting to get buds on now. So these are going to be going into, wait a second, my pots. They will be going into that size pot, ready to go in the bed down below, you know, in a few weeks time. Subarctic plenties. They're not actually planted in these big pots, but they will be going in after. I've already pre-potted a hole. I'll just pull that pot out and then drop that in. I was going to plant them a little bit deeper, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to cut these lower branches off, because when they go in the ground I don't want any fruit or any foliage touching the ground. These are some sunflowers called Moulin Rouge. 3 of these are going down to the allotment, and my sister's having one, so it should work out alright, because I've got 5 of me giant sunflowers. They're chumping on okay now. These are some overwintered Scotch bonnets. You know, actually started a really sort of dense plant that. I'm hoping it'll open out. I've sown some more sweet corn. And what else for sown? A few more cucumbers, because it didn't have a great germination. I think I got 27, I think, out of 40. I've had complete 100% germination on my cobra beans. The celery's jumping away. It's getting some roots on that, so give it a couple of weeks and they'll have to go out then, I think. There's a bit of basil in the back there. But yeah, this is sweet corn. So I've sown, I think, another 5. I've been to the allotment. I don't actually need 25. I thought it was 30, but I only need 25. So I've actually got enough, but it's just some of them are a bit pathetic. A few of the cucumbers here, fem spot. I had 2 of them that didn't, well, they fired, but they were a bit distorted, so I thought, oh, I don't fancy using them. Well, this is celeriac, so that's coming on okay. What else we got over here? There's some, I've actually had a couple of picks at this now. It's just baby leaf spinach. Some more lettuce I've sown because leather jackets have been chomping away on that, so I've sown a complete fresh batch. I've been topping up every time I've been down the plot. Any that they've had I've topped up with, but I'm kind of out of seedlings now, so I've pricked a load of them out, and they'll be in the video later on what I did. And they're the 2 trays that I've done so far. So I think that's about it for in the polytunnel. I don't think there's anything else, so I'm going to give this dandelion to me tortoise, wherever he is. About somewhere. There he is. See if he come and have it. Watch my fingers. There. So at least got some of the eats weeds. So anyway, that's Kain. He's out in his little outdoor bit. Not finished yet. I've got a big house to build for him down his bottom end. So I shall get on with some potting on and whatnot. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, I'm going to prick out some lettuce. I've sown in these little sort of trays. Because the bugs have been eating them out of the allotment, so I sowed some more a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I'd prick them out. A few of my friends want some lettuce as well, so I'm just going to do all the trays the same. They're all in basically, you know, the rows of 8, so I'm just going to do them. I'm not going to sow a full tray of one variety, because I'm going to do a tray for my friend, and I can just keep a tray for myself. So right, let's find my bits. Just use a pencil or anything like that. I don't know what you can see. Persevere with me on this one. It's a bit fiddly, but it kind of guarantees that you have one lettuce per cell rather than sowing seeds and then them being all here, there and everywhere. It takes up less room on the initial sowing. You can just prick out as many as you want really. So I hate having trays with misfired seedlings. You just give a little hole and just make it big enough and just get the roots. Hold that over the hole carefully. Tease them down to the hole. And then just lightly press it down. I'm not going to water these from the top. I'm going to sit them in a tray of water so they can have a good soak from underneath. So I'll try and do that a different way on the other hand. Don't know where it's going to go. Dig my hole out first. Try and do this with my left hand. It might not go so well. Take some of that soil off there. A big lump in it. So you've got a fair size root on them. Yeah, I'll probably be in these for about 3 weeks. We'll be ready to plant out. Just multi-purpose compost. This variety is called Freckles. This one is called Cure. The other ones I've got Sweet Success, Warpath and Endive. I can't read that. Pan. I can't read it. Right, I'm going to pop these peppers on, and I'm going to do the yellow bell peppers first. I've only got 2 of them because I had 4, but 2 of them sort of keeled over. They didn't seem to form right. They got all twisted and that, so I thought I'll get rid of them and just keep the 2 decent ones, which is enough for me anyway. So same as usual, I've got some pre-planted pots, same size. I'd like to let them dry out a little bit really, because it tends to come out of the pot a little bit easier, but we'll just see how it goes. Tray here with water in. So pull the pots out. Pre-made these last night because I ran out of light, so I thought I'll do this today. And just get that one out and carefully. I mean, there's a big dangly root on it there. I don't know if you can see that. And lower that into its new hole. Press it down. Just going to pat that down because it has dried out quite a lot since last night. It's just a Miracle Grow compost I've got in here. I've run it through a sieve to get the big lumps out, but it's quite fibrous, which is what I like about it. I'm just going to sit that in the water, so we'll get a right good drink initially. You can actually plant peppers a very little bit deeper, but not like a tomato. This is that dry, it's fallen to pieces. It's got a lot of vermiculite in it as well, but because they do like a bit of air. I mean, when they, I will be putting supports on them when they get a bit bigger. But once they've all anchored in and that, they should be fairly sturdy. So when they get peppers on, they start to have a bit of a lean, you know, a bit of wind on that and it'll soon topple. I'll just give it a press down in the middle. Don't really like pressing stuff down too hard. I just mounded the compost around it a little bit there. I'm not going to top water him. They're just going to be watered from the bottom, pretty much from now on, I should imagine. So they're yellow bell peppers, hence the reason why they are in round pots. Because I've got 6 of the other ones. Which makes it easy for me to label up. It's another dry one. It's going to be fun, this. And hold it's that crumbly. Slide that in there. Label on that one. Just makes life so much easier for putting stuff on if you got like a hole pre-made. Just going to get a good soak until the top compost starts to become damp, and then I know it's taking up what it needs now. We'll probably end up in probably 10 litre pots these. I've always found with peppers, you know, if you keep in small pots, they don't tend to do too well. They like a right coarse compost, and treated a little bit on the mean side, so it's kind of let them dry out. Once you get good and bushy, let them dry out a bit, and then when you see the leaves drop, it kind of shocks them a bit, and then I give them a good drink of feed. Then it tends to think, oh, I'm dying, I need to chuck out some seeds. Actually that means forms peppers. There's not actually a lot of root on that one. That's what I mean, there's no point putting them in a gigantic pot because it's just going to get lost. They'll stay in these until I can see roots coming out the bottom. I'll run out of water in me. I'll run out of room in my little water dish so these can go in after. So the last one. Yeah, so that didn't take long. Like I said, just going to sit in there, give them a soak for 10-15 minutes, something like that, let them take up what they need, and then that'll be it. I usually go off the weight of the pot when I'm watering. I can feel it, and if it feels like I'm picking up a chunk of cork or polystyrene, you think, well, it's too dry, you know, because sometimes the top might look dry. When you've been bottom watering things, it tends to, the top inch tends to be drier. But it's quite wet, and you just need to watch it with some varieties of vegetables and that, because you don't like wet roots. Right, so that's peppers all done. These tomatoes on. The variety Subarctic Plenty. These are the ones that are going to be going outside in the actual ground. I usually plant them pretty much right down to the bottom, but for this year I'm not going to, because I might hill up a bit when I actually go outside. I use deep pots for these so I can get a nice deep root system on it, so I can get good anchorage down the ground, because these are grown as a bush variety. They only tend to get, you know, 3 to 4 foot maximum in height, and I tend to grow them in a row, and they end up like a little hedgerow. So they've always been pretty good, you know. So yeah, so that's Subarctic Plenty. Same again, I've pre-made a pothole, so just get rid of that one. Get your tomato plant, give it a little squeeze, pop it out. So I mean, because it's absolutely, show the root ball. There's stacks of roots on that. So usually I'd plant it. I'm holding it by the stem. I mean, it's like a chunk of wood now. It's proper sturdy. So I've been putting them outside to let the wind rattle them about and that. So you don't want a weak, leggy plant, because it's just going to get blown over. But in some water, we're just going to get completely soaked right the way through. You know, and the other tomatoes are going to be done exactly the same, the ones that go in the polytunnel, part of slightly different pots, a little bit of a different setup. I'll just pot this one and then I'll show you. I'm not actually potting them on today, but I can give you a general gist because I'm not going to bother filming it. You know, unless if there's other things I'm going to be doing. So let's have a look at it. Now, someone suggested on one of my videos, I can't remember the chap's name, or the woman's name, but yeah, it's a good idea. I've not actually thought of it, to be honest. And that was, instead of planting it into this and then taking it out and putting it into this one, why not put the two together and plant it all in one, and then when it's ready, take the bottom pot off and it's in there ready. The only thing I'm worried about is it's a little bit deeper, this pot, only 1/2 inch, so I have to make sure I hollow out enough at the bottom. Because I like to sit them into the bed down below a good 1 to 2 inches. You know, and then once the roots go through, they're fine. And they'll be the same again. They'll be filled with compost, same as these. But dummy pot put in, pulled out, and then just get one of my greenhouse. This one's Gardener's Delight, and then that just gets shoved in there, and then they'll be. You know, I don't use canes in my polytunnel because I'm frightened of poking all through the ceiling. Yeah, so I tend to use string. But word of one, if you're using twine, make sure you get a 3-ply, at least 3-ply, because 2-ply, when it gets later in the year, some weight on that and it tends to degrade a bit, and so you end up coming in, your tomato plants are snapped. You know, they're all laying on the floor and that. So you can use thicker stuff if you want. I just attach them to the bar that goes along and just run it right down. And I usually put a peg near the actual plant. As it grows, I just wind it around the plant then. So I'm just going to carry on doing the rest of these tomatoes, and that's all there is to these really. I mean, this is the final stage before they go out in the ground. And all I do when they go out in the ground is I'll either make some more dummy potholes. What I tend to usually do is I'll dig the ground over a bit, put some fertiliser in, or I'll grow bags or something. But this year I think I'm just going to, because of time factors and going away and that, I'm just going to dig a hole and shove them in and just hill them. Just take off these bottom lower leaves and hill them up, and as they grow, anything that looks like it might touch the ground or get any splash, you know, you don't want them getting muddy at the bottom, cut them off. You know, anything that's going to be possible contact with the ground, and then they'll just keep growing up, and they'll grow thick, you know, nice and bushy. And then I tend to let them grow probably well into August, maybe the start of September, and then I'll stop any growing tips at all, and I'll just ripen up what's on them. So yeah, they've always been good, to be honest. The subarctic plenty. I don't really know that many people who grow them, to be honest. I know Hazel grows them. I know what's his name, Graham, Kitchen Garden dude. I won't say anything more about him, but he did them. So yeah, I mean, if anyone's not giving them a go, they are a good one if you've not got a polytunnel. They're great for growing outside. You know, they are good for that, and they're not a big thing. You have to start nipping out everything all the time. So they're good for that. That's it. This video. Done a few seedlings and stuff like that. So next video will be probably from the allotment. I did put some treatment down for the leather jackets because he did advise me to, even though it's a bit late to put it down, you know, to do it anyway because I've got an infestation. So he said put it down and then treat it again in the autumn. So it's just some stuff you to water in. That's been done, so hopefully a couple of weeks should start seeing the end of that, and then hopefully I won't lose any more crops then. But yeah, I'll do an update from the allotment. Nothing's really changed much really. I put my peas out, but they're looking a bit ill. Hello. Intruder here. Courgette. Yeah, you keep all that. Right, so till next time, thanks for watching. Take care. See you now.